Hello friends, it's Juliana Michaels. In this video, I want to share about some new tools and storage products from scrapbook.com that have found a home in my craft room. First off are these new stack and sort trays. They come in a frost color and 2 to a package. I personally am hoping they will come out with them in white as well. They are 6 by 4 1/4 inches in size and 3/4 of an inch tall, and they stack. I see them being perfect for holding die cuts and ephemera and things like that, and to help keep them organized on my desk. I've been using the lids from the scrapbook.com storage bins to do this. They are pretty much the same thing, just much larger. And well, that's kind of interesting. They all stack together. So that gives you more options for how to use them to organize those little things. As for the bin, I use that to store my distress spray stains and Oxide sprays, but I may have a new storage option for these, as you'll soon see. Another thing is their new multi-purpose tool tray, which they're showing on the packaging with their new blending brushes. It's pretty substantial and has a nice weight to it. Besides the brushes, you could also put tools, scissors, tweezers, things like that. Yeah, so there are some great ways you could use this. There are also some new blending brushes that come in a variety of sizes. They don't have the measurements listed on the packaging, but this is the large one, and the brush is 1 1/2 inches wide by 2 inches tall. The medium one is 1 1/4 inches wide and 1 3/4 inches tall. And the small one is 1 inch wide by 1 1/2 inches tall. They also have a pack of detail blending brushes that are pretty small. The two smaller ones are just over 1/4 inch in size, and the other is 3/4 of an inch long by 1/4 inch wide. These would allow you to really get into the small detail areas on stencils. And that's the main thing I like to use blending brushes for. They really make stencil designs more crisp and clean because they can get into all the little nooks and crannies. But they also work really well for any kind of ink blending. And then last but not least is their 5-level tiered stadium organizer. This comes in pieces, and there is some assembly required. It comes with 5 shelves, 2 side panels, and a bag of 20 screws and nuts. It also has instructions though. And originally, I wasn't going to record me assembling it, but then I decided to go ahead just to see how long it took me to put it together. And yes, I had to take a moment and pop some of the bubble wrap. I've sped up this part of the video, but it took me about 13 minutes to put it together. Not too bad. But I will say trying to hold on to those little screws was a challenge. The biggest thing I can recommend is to read the instructions and follow them, because they definitely made all the difference in getting this thing properly assembled. My biggest takeaways are to remember to peel off the anti-scratch protective film from the 2 side panels before you start assembling it. Then make sure to start with the bottom rack and work your way up to the top row. Place the rack on the table in between the 2 side panels and go from there. You can use a screwdriver or your fingers to fasten the nuts and screws. The screwdriver I grabbed was a little too big in the handle, so I would recommend a smaller one if you have it. And the most important step to follow is to place the screws on the inside of the panels and then fasten the nuts on the outside. This will give you the most space inside each of the racks. Once assembled, the organizer is 12 1/4 inches wide and 7 3/4 inches deep. And it's 1 1/8 inch tall in the front and 5 3/4 inches tall at the back. And each row is just under 1 1/2 inches wide. Of course, the first thing I had to try after I got it assembled was to see if my distress spray stains fit. And guess what? They do. I am so excited about the fact that it will hold my distress spray stains and Oxide sprays. One organizer will hold 40 of these bottles, so if you have the entire spray collection, you're going to need several of these to hold them all. But they sure would look nice in rainbow order in your craft room, right? Now, if you're wondering about whether or not it will hold a certain product, make sure to check out the scrapbook.com website for a full list of all the different products it will hold. Here are some images of how I'm currently using these new tools and products in my craft room. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed learning about these new tools and storage products from scrapbook.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'm truly grateful for you. I was wondering if you could do me a quick favor and subscribe to my channel or leave me a thumbs up or a comment. If you're feeling extra generous, I'd love for you to share about my channel with your friends. All of these things help out us YouTubers so much, and it would mean so much to me to have your support.